Welcome to Gloria's Gab Live. It's the day after the big solar eclipse, and we were just talking about that. Hope everybody enjoyed it. I have with me today Leila Hillard, and she's a remarkable young woman who has founded the Young Entrepreneurs Showcase. And it's coming up in Doral at the International Mall soon. And thank you so much for coming today. She's still in high school, and she's graduating from Miami-Dade College and going to Florida.
Yes,
I am so excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
You are so welcome. Before we start, I have to thank South Florida PBS. South Florida PBS, week after week, sponsors my show, so I'm so grateful. They have a hashtag AllHealthGo if you want to get information on health information, but they have an allhealthtv.com. So great resource in our community. And if you're a member, you get one of these once a month. It tells you everything that's going on. So let's talk about what's coming up soon. Tell me, what date, how do people, join? It's free, right? Free. So tell us about it.
So on Saturday, April 27th, there's going to be the 5th annual Young Entrepreneurs Showcase at Miami International Mall at 11 a.m. And I'm beyond excited. So this is the 5th year of doing this event and the 2nd year at Miami International Mall. And what we're going to see this year is a little bit different than previous years, but the foundations are the same. We're going to have a group of kid bosses, is what I like to call them, our young entrepreneurs. They're going to be joining us the entire day at Miami International Mall, and they're going to be setting up a booth where they're going to sell their products and services to the general public. This is a place where they get to interact with customers face to face on a different level. They're talking to people who maybe they're not familiar with at all, which is a really incredible thing. They get to market and they get to pitch their ideas. So what we'll be seeing is a day full of fun and excitement, celebrating these kids and what they do with their products and services. I can give you some examples. We'll have a couple lemonade stands, which we're really excited about. Some of our Kid Boss veterans. Right. We'll have kid bosses who are also published authors, which is really incredible. We'll have some bakers, we'll have some skincare lines, we'll have some jewelry makers and more, which is really impressive. And I'm really proud of every single one of them.
Yeah. Well, I went last year and had such a good time. And the kids are so much fun to talk to. Yeah. And they're so passionate about what they're doing. And kudos to you. You started this. You were a baby. Come on. You're still a baby. So what made you think about this opportunity for young entrepreneurs?
So when I was 10 years old, I really, really wanted to start a business. I love talking to people. I love interacting with people, and I also wanted to make some money. Yeah. At the time, I was really into making bracelets. So I was like, I want to start a business. And of course, the first people I turned to were my parents. I was like, how could you help me? And then I thought, there has to be other people out there who want to do this too. And it was very easy to get on my feet. I was able to have support from my parents. They helped me with getting the products that I needed to create my final product. And I thought about marketing and how would I be able to get the word out about my business? This was 4th grade. Social media marketing was not as crazy and popular as it is today.
4th grade, she's starting a business. Seriously.
So, because I was 10 and I didn't have social media, I wasn't into any of those things. I was like, I want to talk to people face to face, but how can I do this? And boom, Young Entrepreneurs Showcase, a one-day event where I would be able to grow my customer base and market to other people about what I do, why I do it, why I love it. And I was able to bring in other people from the community who, sure enough, had the same issue as me, really wanted to create a physical customer base. Right. So in 2017, that was born. And the rest is history. This is year 5.
Oh my gosh.
Really excited.
And have you always done it at International Mall?
No, so we did it at Dadeland Mall from 2017 to 2019. And then, of course, COVID-19 hit. We took a little bit of a break. And then we came back last year at Miami International Mall. And it was really great because of the space we got to utilize last year. It's just an incredible space.
Yeah, it really is. They have so many wonderful events there. I live in Doral, so I go to that mall a lot.
Yeah.
So, but they have they do such wonderful things with the community too.
They do.
Fashion shows, recycled fashion shows. I remember. I think they may have one coming up. I don't know. So now you talked about doing something a little different this year.
Yes.
So we're talking Shark Tank type stuff.
Yes. So this year when I say we, I say the team, but I specifically was a little bit more intentional about who I encouraged to register for our showcase. There was a little bit more of a selective process, and we narrowed it down to this amazing group of 16 kids and 15 businesses, which I'm really excited about. They have sustainable businesses that have been around for a really long time. And what we're going to do with them this year is we're going to give them an opportunity to pitch their businesses to a panel. And what that is going to do is it's going to give them an opportunity to get a grant from us in order to improve their business and put it back into their work.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
So have you figured out who your judges are going to be?
No, coming soon, but really excited about who we'll be able to have there and how we can kind of make that an awesome
And what is
thing.
it? Do you have to RSVP? I mean, it's a free event, but should you RSVP?
Attendance is free and there's no RSVP. All you have to do is come show up to support the kid bosses. Obviously our registration is closed, so if anyone is looking to attend, unfortunately this year they can't. But this is not ending, so next year. But for attendance, no, just come and support.
Yeah, right. So tell me, so this is happening from what time to what time?
So it's happening at Miami International Mall from 11 to 4. I think that's the time that we're going to keep 4 p.m. at the end.
Yeah.
But it's starting at 11 a.m. for sure.
Right. And is the International Mall helping you with a lot of stuff?
So we are very involved with Miami International Mall. They have really helped support us in this event as far as getting the word out and providing us with some resources for the event. Yeah. As far as setting up, breaking down, but everything else is pretty much internal as far as producer purpose, the organization.
Well, this is a lot of work. Even 16 booths.
Yes.
To get together. Who do you have helping you? Your mom and dad?
So my family is a really big part in this. They support me in everything. On the day of, they'll be there helping me set up, break down. I do most of like the logistical stuff along with really important person in my life, Filma. She's so amazing. She's helped me as far as event coordinating. And I have a couple other people on my team. Luisa, who's sitting over there.
Luisa, Luisa Alvarez, who is amazing.
She's really helped me get the word out about this event. Yeah. So those are the people that I have behind me right now, really supporting me. And of course, I have my school community who's helping me spread the word about this event. But as far as really putting it together, those are the people who help me.
Yeah, and do we have let's show the ad. We have an ad in the paper. Yes. Also, we have some video of last year's event to give people an idea what they're up to.
Yes.
Okay. Luisa didn't dress for the event, so she didn't want to get in the picture. Here you go.
Yes.
Here, show it. There you go.
This is our advertisement in the newspaper. Yeah. Very exciting. I think I should be showing to this camera.
Luisa.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very cool. It's amazing to be able to get the word out.
Oh, yeah. So it has all the information, free and open. Yeah.
Yes.
So, so next step, after this is over, you start planning for next year probably. But you're going to the University of Florida. I am so excited. And tell us all about it. You got honors college.
Yes. So
I mean, it's hard enough to get into the University of Florida. Never mind the honors college.
So I graduate in June, and then I will be going to University of Florida in the fall. The honors program. I'm so excited. This is no, this is not the end of Produce with Purpose and our programming. This is something that I love to do,
Right.
Not only for the community, but for the kids involved. So I will be getting involved in planning from Gainesville, and I will definitely make my way down for next year's event. Expanding is also something I've thought of. Bringing it to Gainesville is a really cool idea, something that I'd like to...
That would be so cool.
Something that I'd like to, create. But this is not the end. This will be happening again. Year 6 is on the way.
I love it. I love the idea that you're going to expand it beyond South Florida too. Because there are so many resources in Gainesville that will help you do that. So what are you going to major in?
I'm double majoring in business and English. And the reason that I want to double major is because, first of all, I love English, and that's like one of my passions. And then business, understandably, that's something that business and management is something that I'm really interested in. The reason that I'm double majoring is because I have my associate's degree. I'll be walking next Saturday. So because of that.
I'm so excited for you. I can't even believe this.
Thank you. But because of that.
Forget high school. No, I'm just graduating with my associate degree.
Because of that, I've done all my general education. So I'm pretty ahead as far as... starting.
You could take a lot of extra classes that
exactly, which is why
everybody else has to take the required courses, and you're like, oh yeah, just take whatever I want.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like I'm one step ahead, so I'd really like to, explore, and so that's why I'd like to double major and really expand.
Have you thought about majoring in Spanish?
No.
Or another language, but you should.
So actually Spanish was my first language, and
oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't speak it very often. I understand it much better than I speak it, which is...
Well, you should take some Spanish
Which is definitely why I want to take Spanish.
That was my major at Florida.
My mom's major was also Spanish, which is very impressive. Yes.
Oh, your mom and I are going to get along great.
She definitely advised minoring in Spanish, because it's really helpful, and it's a really great tool for my future.
You know what? Majoring in Spanish made me a writer.
Really?
I had to write all the time.
Very impressive.
Well, yeah, I always wrote, and when I took honors English too. I mean, I was good in English, but when I was a Spanish major, you had to read and write and compose. I mean, it was yeah. So if you can write in one language, you can write in another.
Exactly.
So so good for you. Yeah, your mom has good advice. So she's going to be there, right?
Absolutely. She'll be there supporting me on the day of.
Yeah, right. So what are you going to do in extracurricular things when you go to Florida? What do you see happening there?
Currently, I'm very involved in student government, Key Club, and Literary Magazine, which are 3 things that I really, really love. Good. So those 3 things are definitely what I'd like to carry on. So
you work for the Alligator or the Gator Bait?
Exactly.
Okay, so David Berkowitz, who is one of our editors, he is our main editor. He's a Gator, and I'm going to take you on a tour later. He has a Gator office.
Very impressive.
I have a Gator room. He has an office.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, you're right. So you'll get that later. So are you able to help us with the video from last year? Okay, got that.
Miami International is very happy to have this group here today. Our businesses started very similar to what the Young Entrepreneur Program is all about, which is you guys had an idea, and then you had a dream, and you put it together, and you manufactured, and you made it a reality.
Our mission is to train kid bosses to think like entrepreneurs and create a platform where they can bring their products and services directly to you. A kid boss is strong-willed. A kid boss is focused and passionate. They decide what goal they want to achieve and go after it. And lucky for all of you, today you'll be surrounded by them.
I started my business because I wanted to help kids in need.
We created our business because we both had similar interests in 3D printing, and we both believe that creating 3D files and 3D things would be a fun experience for both of us.
My favorite thing about running my business is how I can make other people happy just by selling them my lemonade.
I created my business because I wanted to be a fashion designer when I grow up, and I'm so excited to start that dream and start a business that can help me get to that goal.
Oh, wait until I introduce you to David. He's going to love this. I just found out her dad is Ike Hilliard. So all you Gator fans out there, you know who that is. So yeah. So we'll take a tour later down memory lane.
Very excited.
Yeah, but we have a lot of stuff for them. So tell me, what else do you see in the future for the kids? Of all the kids that you had that were in the showcase last year, can you tell me some of your favorite things that they did and how, what impressed you most about them?
So one of the most impressive things about every single kid is that they're so outgoing. It takes a certain person to be able to run a business on the front, being able to pitch and being able to interact with people. It's very hard for a shy person to do that. And I noticed that every single one of them was so outgoing, and they were just shamelessly passionate about what they were doing. And it's very, very cool to just watch them so animated about their business and interacting with people. So that's one of the most impressive things, that they're super articulate with, what they do and why they do it and, how they do it. Being able to talk to them and ask them a bunch of questions, and just question after question after question, they would have these very impressive answers. Some really young kids too. We have kids as young as 7, which is really, really amazing.
Actually, you're pretty amazing. You started at 10. Come on.
Yes.
But 7 years old, really?
7 years old. And
my gosh.
And from 7 to 17, they are just so passionate about what they do. No matter how old they are, they all just get across really well that they have this amazing idea and they sell it to you. They really do. Yeah. So that's one of the most impressive things, I think, about what they do. It's also very cool to watch them interact with each other.
Yeah.
Because not only can they communicate with adults, who is mostly who they're talking to as far as customers, but they can communicate with other kids, kids who are doing the same thing as them, as, selling their products and their services. It's really cool over time, because we have several businesses that have been with us since day one. It's very cool to watch them grow with each other and, hang out and continue to reconnect year after year. So it's such a beautiful thing. And those are the two, I think, most amazing things about watching this event come to life every year.
Yeah. And to think you have, I remember talking to a couple of the authors, and these are, amazing that they produce, they self-produce, they self-publish. And so how do they go from self-publishing and writing? Do you see them progressing year to year and writing more? And do you have any indication if, this is going to be it's going to be a novelist, or this is just a fun thing they're doing right now?
Yeah. So I think they're all very serious and dedicated to what they're doing. I love to see the work that they do. I know that several of them have written more than one book, which is very, very cool to see. All of them have super bright futures ahead of them, whether or not it's in writing and publishing or in whatever else. I know that they will continue, with their business. The Coral Gables Women's Club does a youth festival every year. And we've had occasion to get some
children who have written books.
Yeah.
And they read the book to the kids, and we have like a little area where they sit. And but I'm anxious to maybe talk to some of your authors to say, hey, is that something you'd like to do? Would you like to come and,
And I'm really glad that you mentioned that, because one of the other amazing things about this is that the kids are able to network. And just like you're saying, you'd want to talk to them, see if they're interested in doing this. Not only are they able to sell their products and services, but they're able to meet other people who can help them with what they're doing. Like you mentioned, it's just really a great place for them to get the word out, not only about their business, but just about themselves. And it's very important that they connect and interact with whoever it may be. And I think that's also one of the great things about that day.
Well, the other thing is, I was just wondering, when you're looking for these people, and obviously you have, some people they're just automatic, they're going to be in every year because they want to grow their businesses. But to get new people, maybe going to a farmer's market or, something like the Coral Gables Women's Club Youth Festival. There are opportunities like that all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be an interesting thing to look into in the future.
Yeah.
But you're going to be in Gainesville, so there's farmers markets in Gainesville.
Yeah.
It may be an opportunity. Yeah. But and it's not like your dad doesn't have some clout there. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I didn't mention that. Both my parents went there, so that was a very cool experience to be able to visit there every time they, go visit some old friends or go to an event. And now being able to attend the school is just amazing.
I know. Yeah. So you have a legacy. Well, my dad was one of the original bull gaiters, and then my oldest daughter took over his bull gaiter until she went to medical school, and then she couldn't afford it anymore. But yeah, so we're a gator family.
Very cool.
So I get that. Yeah. So tell me, what else do you see happening with these young entrepreneurs? Are they getting mentored by anyone in particular? Do you have that kind of set up? Because I know Luisarda, who is like one of your people, is really good about that. She'd worked with the Junior Orange Bowl.
Yes.
And with mentorships and whatever. So have you corralled her into doing anything like that?
So actually, one of the amazing things that I've also been able to do with Produce a Purpose is provide opportunities where I am actually able to go and connect with kids and help them get their businesses off the ground. I had the privilege of starting a club in my old school where I was able to get a group of kids together and walk them through what a business plan is and how they can get a business off the ground. So a lot of them were able to start that and carry on. So I've been able to do that several times, which is an amazing thing. Those were just like sporadic opportunities. And throughout the year, I'm in constant contact with our veteran kid bosses and, always checking in. How are you doing? How's your business going? Yeah. Just recently, I've actually been able to set up a page on our website purely for resources on building a business from the ground up. Been able to post a business plan that I wrote and provide instructions based on that business plan with a fictional business that I also created to show that. And that's one of the very cool things. So kids can go on the website and follow along. And then of course there's contact information and I can walk them through that every step of the way if they have any issues. But that's been very cool to kind of start.
So did you set that up as like a Zoom online course or something, or how
so
did that
it's actually it's kind of like a self-guided, it's through like PowerPoint presentation. So if you open the page, it's like kind of instructions, and what I understood is that it's a lot of words, but it is very easy to follow. So that's why I made it very clear, like on the page, if you need anything, reach out. It's very easy to contact.
Something anybody can look into?
Anyone can look into that.
Let's talk about how do I get to that? Produced. Okay, I see. I see. We have a scrolling.
www.produceapurpose.org.
Produce with a purpose. Okay.
There it is, and it'll be there. There's so much information on that website where people can learn more about our mission and how to get involved and how to, spread the word to other kid bosses.
And do you need sponsors?
So this year, we're not looking for any more sponsors. We have, we're very thankful for our title sponsor, the Alan J. Namad Family Foundation. They're not listed
foundation?
on the Alan J. Namad Family Foundation. They're not listed on that ad there.
Dumont Foundation? Okay.
Yes, Alan J. Namad. Mm-hmm. And so they're our title sponsor. We have 4 other sponsors who we are very glad are supporting us on our mission. But this year, we don't need any more sponsors.
Oh, well, that's a great, that's awesome that you don't need any more sponsors. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of nonprofits would relish in that. So if you don't need any more sponsors, how does the community help promote this and for the future? And say you want to do more than one a year. Yeah. In different areas. Mm-hmm. I know you're talking about Gainesville because you're going there. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But this has got the ability to springboard into many other locations, even in Miami-Dade County and Broward.
Yeah. Right? So in the short term, as far as the upcoming event, people can support by just showing up. I think that's the first step.
Big
being
thing.
Able to show the kids.
Come and buy product,
exactly.
Right?
Just showing the kids that there is a community there to support them, spreading the word, so whether it's social media, on paper. That's step one, I think, just garnering support for our really big event coming up in a couple weeks. But yes, expanding is a dream. So I think looking forward, that is something that I'd really like to do. And it's really just with the help of the community, we can get there. So
absolutely.
Word of mouth, social media, and then just showing up on the day of is one really big thing.
And, and showing up and buying stuff, really? Come with a little cash. And buy stuff.
Any form of payment, all of the they take all
credit cards.
Everything. Credit cards, Zelle, Cash App.
Yeah.
They take it all.
Venmo, Zelle, whatever.
Yeah, cash. They take it all. So just come prepared with, all of it.
Oh my gosh. So, and then you start, this is your last event. You graduate. When do you graduate?
So I graduate at the end of May. That's when I graduate. I graduate high school at the end of May.
Have they not given you a time yet?
They gave us a time. Our date is May 28th. Okay. But then I have to finish out school. So I finish in June. I essentially graduate in June, but our ceremony is at the end of May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's odd, except that you're graduating because of college.
Yes, that graduation is next week.
Do you get to do a high school graduation too?
Yes, that's the high school graduation.
Out.
Yeah, our college graduation's next Saturday.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I love it.
Really excited.
I know. So do you have how many people are graduating like you at the same time?
Well, in my graduating class in high school, we're all doing the same thing. So there's going to be...
So you're both going to double graduate?
We're all graduating essentially with degrees and diplomas. So I'm not sure. My graduating class is like 120, 130 students. And I think most all of us will be getting our associate's degrees.
But I'm so excited for you that you get to go to Florida and you don't have to do any of the prerequisites. You just get to go and do what you really, really want to do.
Very, very excited.
So that's the junior year was always like the best, Okay, now I can do it. I want to study. Yeah. So, well, I thank you so much for coming on the show today. And I was so excited for you.
Thank you.
To have another Gator friend.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. This was really great.
It's such a pleasure to have you and to learn about this. And, of course, I was so impressed when I learned about you last year because it was the first year I'd gone. Mm-hmm. And now when Louis Sardet told me about it, I said, no, I'm not missing that. That was such a cool idea. And that you've been doing it for so long. Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe it. 10 years old. You are just a remarkable young woman.
Thank you.
And kudos to your parents for supporting you from the get-go. At 10 years old, I don't know what my kids were thinking about at 10 years old. But I don't think it was starting a new business.
Yeah, big
They
thank
turned
you.
out okay. Okay. So before we leave today, thank you once again, South Florida PBS, for sponsoring our show. And thank Janesse and Dolores and everybody at South Florida PBS for giving us such a great resource in our community. It is, from programming to All Health TV, just remarkable. And so, again, thanks. I'll see you on the 27th, if not before.
Yes.
1 to 4 p.m., International Mall.
Yes, 11 a.m.
11 a.m. I'm
Yes.
sorry, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes.
Young Entrepreneur Showcase. And Leila will be there to
Yes.
answer any questions you have.
Yes, I will.
And I think we should bring some little gator paraphernalia there, whatever. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, make a difference in your community and